Greetings and salutations, mortals. 'Tis I, Naszvanu here, and welcome back to part 17 of What If Naruto Was Half Uchiha. Just wanted to greet you guys by saying, just sit back and relax. You're in for a treat. And so, we begin. Naruto was shaking from fear as he slowly attempted to get back to his feet. Hey kid, I'm back with some right bells. I hope you... Jiraiya stopped as he saw the destruction of the room. The door was flung off its hinges while part of the wall was cracked heavily. Naruto didn't pay any mind to Jiraiya as he simply made his way to the window. I know you were hungry, but you don't have to throw a tantrum. Jiraiya choked nervously, hoping the situation wasn't as bad as he thought. Naruto clenched his fist tightly. There's no way I can take him down with my current power. Naruto turned toward his sensei. Hey, Perfect Sage, do you have any stronger jutsu? Jiraiya placed the food onto his bed, eyeing the boy suspiciously. Why are you asking me that? Naruto was quiet for a moment, thinking about the best response. There are many strong people in this world. If I want to become the strongest, then I'll need a jutsu that will surpass them all. The Chidori Kikatsu taught me it's already an A-rank jutsu, but it's not good enough. I need one that's many times stronger. The sage looked Naruto up and down. For some reason, hearing Naruto ask this reminded Jiraiya of the past. Well, I was planning to only teach you the Rasengan. That in itself is an A rank. Unfortunately, your father never fully completed the jutsu. Naruto cocked his head and gave his sensei an inquisitive look. You see, the Rasengan was originally created to be a jutsu that could not be paired with many different styles. I won't be teaching you an S-rank jutsu, but I will be teaching you a jutsu that can be enhanced. Naruto sighed, saying that his sensei won't be giving him a shortcut to power, but this is the best chance he had in order to close the gap between him and Itachi. The winds across the village seemed cold. Winter is coming, Sakura said, feeling the frost forming in the air. The girl only realized that it was dark outside. The daylight seemingly passed by in an instant. Sakura slowly got up from her seated position. The training grounds she had been in have now become a comfort zone for her. The wooden sword she got from the shop was now planted into the ground, as the girl had been staring at it for hours, thinking, I guess just sitting here won't figure out the specifics, will it? Sakura asked herself, as she quickly pulled the sword out of the ground. The girl started pouring her chakra into the wood, careful not to overload it. The wooden blade started glowing from the chakra. Soon the wind started picking up around her as the tree leaves were pulled down towards her. The leaves started swirling around, creating a small vortex. Slowly, Sakura raised her blade, pointing it towards a rock which was a couple of meters away. Sakura thought back to the Chunin exams, how Naruto broke through Neji's chakra seals. Maybe the same concept could apply here. When something doesn't work, then it needs more power. In a burst of energy, Sakura swung down her blade, seemingly only hitting the air, but a wave of wind and leaves rocked it forwards, slicing the rock in half before dying down a couple meters past it. Sakura was left panting. The amount of focus she needed to perform this attack was intense, but that was easily overwhelmed by her excitement. Finally, she had made progress into another level of swordsmanship. As the two members were forcing themselves to grow, another was facing an internal battle. Sasuke saw himself deep inside his own mind. Actions of the past kept on replaying as he was forced to relive nightmare after nightmare. Rage, anger, and sadness filled Sasuke's heart as he clenched his head in pain. The boy was in agony as he dropped down onto his knees. The watery ground of his mindscape gave way upon his landing. Why? Why are you doing this? Sasuke shouted, demanding answers as in front of him stood a beast. A fox with 9 tails was in front of him. It was relatively small in size, but the amount of malice and rage it exuded was incomprehensible. Give up and relinquish control to me, the beast said coldly as he forced Sasuke to go through another wave of nightmares. Naruto suddenly awoke from his slumber, sweating profusely. He couldn't get past the battle between him and Itachi. It all happened so fast. How am I ever going to get up to him? An S-rank jutsu should be able to close the gap, right? Naruto asked himself, standing up and looking across the room. Jiraiya was missing. His bed seemed untouched. The boy sighed as he walked out into the late night. The sky was covered in a thick blanket of stars, lighting up the darkness of the world. Naruto slowly made his way out of the hotel, heading towards a place Jiraiya could be, more than likely. Soon the boy stood in front of a bar. Jiraiya was, in fact, standing outside the building, discussing something with a blonde woman. "Oi, lady, that guy you're talking to is a pervert," Naruto said lazily as he got closer. "Oh, really now? Well, then nothing seems to have changed," the woman said with a smirk as she turned towards Naruto. Naruto looked at the woman curiously. Usually, if he gave a woman the heads up, then Jiraiya would be on the ground by now. It seems that this one already knows all about the perfect sage. "Who is this?" Naruto asked, looking towards the fuming Jiraiya. The sage mumbled something about Naruto being a brat before sighing. This is Tsunade, the person we have been looking for, and also the next Hokage." Instantly, Jiraiya received a glare from Tsunade. "I haven't agreed to that." Tsunade stopped as she heard Naruto's laughter. "What's so funny, kid?" "It's nothing. I was just under the impression that the Hokage was supposed to be something strong. It seems I was wrong." Tsunade's gaze hardened as she looked down at this young Genin, who was obviously challenging her. "Oh, really now? So you think I'm not strong? Well, how about we entertain that concept of yours? Come at me. If you can land one solid hit, I'll give you this," the woman said, pulling out a necklace from her shirt. "Now why do I want with a stupid necklace?" Naruto huffed as he crossed his arms. "Kid, that necklace was originally the first Hokage's." "Tsunade, are you sure you want to do this?" Jiraiya asked, seeing that the woman was underestimating Naruto. Tsunade ignored Jiraiya as she placed one hand behind her back. "I will only need one hand to defeat you," the woman said cockily as she watched Naruto. The boy had an inquisitive look about him. "How can I be certain that necklace is the real deal? The first Hokage was my grandfather, so I can guarantee the fact that it's real." Naruto glanced towards Jiraiya, seeing the man nod. The boy sighed as he walked a couple feet away from Tsunade. "So shall we begin?" Naruto asked, sounding as bored as ever. Tsunade tisked as she glared at Jiraiya. "This student of yours is arrogant." The sage gave a nervous laugh. "Yeah, it's sort of his personality." Suddenly, the sage had a rock thrown in a direction, but it was unfortunately easily caught by him. Tsunade gave Jiraiya a look of disappointment, grabbing the rock from him before turning towards Naruto. "Once this lands on the ground, we begin." Tsunade quickly dropped the rock. Instantly, Naruto went to pull out his kunai. The odd shape of it surprised Tsunade, but the woman paid no mind to it. A soft thud was made as the rock landed. Instantly, Tsunade saw the strange kunai heading straight for her, not even paying it any mind. The woman stretched out her hand to catch it, but suddenly thunder rang throughout the area. In the blink of an eye, the area was filled with lightning as Naruto teleported straight in front of Tsunade. The woman went to block, but it was too late. Just as they were about to make contact, Naruto teleported once again, this time appearing beneath her. The boy slammed his fist hard into Tsunade's abdomen, seeing the one flying back into a nearby building. Naruto sighed as he bent down and picked up his kunai. Tsunade groaned as she got back up. The punch she felt was enhanced with the nine-tailed chakra, making her stomach feel like it was turned inside out. "Ooh, taught you that jutsu," Tsunade growled as she stomped her way back towards Naruto. The boy simply gave her an unimpressed look. "It's none of your damn business." Tsunade went to smack Naruto, but Jiraiya stopped her. "This is not the time or the place." Tsunade frustratedly pulled off the necklace as she smacked it onto Naruto's chest. "What's your name?" Naruto cocked his head. "I'm Naruto Uchiha, the man who will become the strongest in the world," the boy said with a grin as he took the necklace. "Your cockiness will become your downfall. Let's go, Jiraiya. We have more to discuss." With that, the two sages disappeared into a building, leaving Naruto alone. The boy looked down at the necklace in his hands. I wonder if Sakura would like this, Naruto wondered before stuffing it into his pocket. The boy quickly turned around. "So are you going to keep standing there like a creep, or are you going to show yourself?" Naruto asked, loud enough for the eavesdropper to hear him. Laughter started coming out within an alleyway. "One can always depend on you spoiling our fun." "What do you want?" Naruto asked, spinning his kunai around his finger. Kabuto put up his hands as if he was surrendering. "I'm not here to fight." I'm here to make you an offer. The boy slowly started walking towards Naruto, a sinister grin plastered on his face. I overheard what you told the slug sage. Becoming the strongest in the world is not easy. So why don't you join us? Kabuto extended his hand towards Naruto. Come with me and Lord Orochimaru. We will help you achieve this desire. Kabuto stopped mid-sentence. As he looked towards Naruto, the boy wasn't in a fighting stance. He didn't even have his Sharingan active yet. But the amount of malice the boy was giving off was overbearing. All right, I get it. The offer still stands. Come find us if you want more power. With that, Kabuto disappeared back into the alleyway. Naruto was silent for a moment before stopping away. I don't need help from vermin. A couple days have passed since Naruto's encounter with Kabuto. For some reason, the curse marker on his neck had started acting up. Besides the annoying pain in his neck, Naruto has been practicing the jutsu Jiraiya had started teaching him. At first, the man wanted Naruto to master the Rasengan, but the jutsu was easily copied by Naruto. Naruto and Jiraiya were currently resting against a tree. You know, kid, there are other ways to grow stronger, Jiraiya said, taking out an ice cream and handing one half to Naruto. The boy hesitantly took it. You know, I've noticed you don't really use genjutsu. It's unfortunate seeing as you Uchihas have some of the strongest techniques out there. You should really take advantage of that. Naruto was quiet. Itachi defeated him easily with a simple genjutsu. It's a viable tactic. But is this really the route the boy wants to take? Also, you say you want to become the strongest one day. Well, the strongest face many challenges. Genjutsu would be a good thing to have to chase off any unwanted company. Suddenly, it hit him like a ton of bricks. Itachi defeated him with pure technique. Naruto sighed as he took a bite of his ice cream. His sensei was right. Maybe genjutsu is a path he should follow. Suddenly, the sound of buildings crashing down came from the town. The two quickly looked over, seeing a gigantic snake sprawling through the streets. Tsunade, Jiraiya said, not even letting a single second go to waste as he rushed off with Naruto close on his trail. So, Tsunade, will you join me? You have already repaired my arm, so working for me shouldn't be too far out of the picture, Orochimaru said with a slight grin as he stood atop his snake summoning. Tsunade was down on the ground, a couple of scratches across her body, since she was blown back into a building. Forget it. Suddenly, Orochimaru's snake was met with an equally sized toad as the amphibian kicked the beast away. A large dust cloud was stirred up by the strike, blinding Tsunade. You never learn, do you, old friend? Jiraiya's voice was cold within the dust. As everything settled, Orochimaru was gone, as well as Jiraiya. Not even the summonings were there. It seems Master will be busy for a moment, so I suggest you come with me quietly, Kabuto said from behind Tsunade. The woman instantly turned around, ready to fight, but it was unneeded as a trail of lightning crashed down in front of her. You're annoying, Naruto said coldly, lightning still shrouding his body as the boy had a Rasengan fully formed in his hand. Kabuto didn't have a chance to block as the Rasengan went crashing into his chest. The boy went flying into the town walls, cracking open from impact. Wait here, I'll be back in a minute, Naruto said as he started walking towards a newly found exit. Wait, why are you doing this? Naruto stopped. The strongest person in the world also means you have the most freedom. I do whatever I want, and right now, I want to kick his ass. With that, Naruto walked towards Kabuto. The boy was currently laying in a pile of rubble. Oh, come on. We both know that wasn't enough to take you down, Naruto said unimpressed. Kabuto started laughing. You cracked me up, Uchiha. Why would someone like you care about a simple old hag? Naruto gave Kabuto a bored gaze. Why do I need a reason to protect the Hokage? Kabuto laughed at himself as he slowly rose to his feet. The boy's hands were clad in chakra, as it took the form of blades. This will be our third and final battle, Kabuto said as he charged toward Naruto. Lightning style! Chidori! Naruto announced as he bolted towards Kabuto, meeting his hand blades with his lightning-clad hand. You never learn, Naruto said in a bored tone. Suddenly, in a burst of lightning, Naruto appeared behind Kabuto. striking the Chidori right into his back. Blood gushed out of the boy, splattering across Naruto's face. Naruto was emotionless as Kabuto slowly slid off his hand. A pity we were on opposite sides. Tsunade just stood there in shock, not sure how such a young Genin could be this formidable. Thank you all for indulging yourselves in the story thus far. Hope you enjoyed it. Now there are a few more things that I'd like to go over before the video ends. Firstly, we've got a primary channel called We the Celestials. We the Celestials is what we do here already, but their content centered around the crazy world and lore of My Hero Academia. So please check us out over there if you're feeling in the mood for a roller coaster of quirky content. We also have another relative to our channel, Anime Deep Dive. Anime Deep Dive goes deep into the facts and lore of a wide variety of anime. It's sure to expand your weeb knowledge for all kinds of series guaranteed. I'd like to let you know on behalf of We the Celestials, I'd like to thank everyone involved in the production of today's awesome content. Their details will be in the description below. If you're perhaps interested in what we do here at WTC, then I would like to extend out an invitation to join the team. The only caveat being we only accept members 16 and older to join our crew. You can find us on our Discord, which you can locate in the description below. Our Discord is an all-around fantastic place to be, whether you're a fan or looking to join our band of misfits. All you gotta do is hit up the recruitment server and sign up for whichever category of work that fulfills your interest. We're always looking for members to join us. Well then, that is it from us for today's video. So I thank you for watching, and have a phenomenal day.